In light of Mariagerfjord kommune's pre-decision against me, I will now be taking you on a tour of my actual home so that you can see for yourselves that I am not running a scooter workshop, nor am I living in a pigsty, in stark contrast to the state arbiters' claims and allegations against me, which they predominantly make in their virtual movie fabrications and endless talk radio nonsense. You will now be seeing the truth of the matter. So to take you on a tour, I'm just going to show you my home, and coming up to this area here, my front back porch area, this is where I renovate scooter engines on this little table here, and that is basically the entirety of my so-called workshop, which is being alleged is against some planning laws, allegedly. But in this video you will see that my home is a home and not a scooter or motor shop workshop at all. This is my lounge, my heavy bag, kitchen, hallway, bathroom, bedroom, where this is my shielded enclosure that I have made long ago in an attempt to protect me from the endless interference in my sleep. Out here have my car, and occasionally when I need to test an engine I would be standing right here. As you see, it's a normal home and definitely not a workshop of any description, and despite thereof, as one could easily have guessed, the municipality and obviously the state have decided against me. Therefore, it is not surprising at all that the municipality of Mariagerfjord kommune have on the 27th of August 2020 rendered a pre-decision in which they, for all intents and purposes, are rendering a decision against me in the case that Jane Larsen, my lovely neighbour, has filed against me on behalf of the state arbiters of the programme, in which it is alleged that I am using my home as a scooter workshop, from which I am working all day and night with angle grinders and drills and what have you, not to mention that I'm apparently using my kitchen for these activities. Despite having sent FOIA requests, I haven't actually been able to see the original complaint against me, which has initiated the municipality to get involved in the case. The municipality is keeping the majority of Jane Larsen's complaints against me a secret. Instead, you are seeing the municipality itself has formulated the complaint against me on behalf of the complainants on the 18th of June 2020. Furthermore, from the 2nd to the 30th of June 2020, the state arbiters completely prohibited me from having any sales whatsoever. Moreover, I did not work at all on One Stop Engine Shop in that time period. However, regardless of this fact, the complaint against me, according to the case file, began in June 2020, thereby proving how this complaint is not organic at all, but rather a part of the state arbiter's active measures against me. However, regardless of the circumstances of the case, was from the get-go showing clear signs of corrupt municipality officials acting out the government here in Denmark and PET's directives. I had to respond to the case, which I did in my rebuttal from the 27th of June 2020, in which I detailed the overall circumstances of the case, how the case had evolved as a direct consequence of me, Stephen Bell, being endlessly persecuted, both socially and politically, the state arbiters' active measures against me, one of which was to make me homeless, and another is to sabotage my small business and thereby destroying my second source of income. Furthermore, I quite categorically deny running a scooter workshop. I also asked the municipality to come and have a look at my home to check the circumstances for themselves. However, despite my efforts in providing the municipality with access and even providing them with documentation in the form of footage from my actual home, showing my tiny workspace in my back garden, as you were able to see before, the municipality have not even contacted me in regards to these requests. I also have stipulated in my rebuttal that the complainants have not provided the municipality with any kind of documentation whatsoever in support of their claims. But despite these fundamental facts in the case, the municipality have on the 27th of August, for all intents and purposes, told me beforehand that they are going to decide against me. Despite me having extensive argumentation in support of my claims, the municipality of Mariagerfjord kommune have not even included one single argument of mine in their pre-decision. All that they have said in this regard is that I deny having a scooter workshop and violating the planning laws, under the argumentation persecuted. That is the extent that they have gone to include my actual rebuttal in their pre-decision. Other than being completely insufficient in light of my actual rebuttal, which is 6 pages long, it is a gross misrepresentation of my argumentation, which I have made. Furthermore, the strategy of not including my actual rebuttal and then a gross misrepresentation thereof is completely in sync with all other decisions that I have received over the years being the subject of the program, which shows me a clear pattern of the same kind of corrupt behavior from government officials that are de facto acting on behalf of the government here in Denmark and its intelligence agency PET, who are directing the people who are acting against me, primarily through the program's real-time communication system. Furthermore, it doesn't matter how minute the situation or case has been, or how serious the case is, it is always the same pattern that shows. So step 1 of the government's objective have now been completed, as I'm going to be prohibited from continuing to run my small business one-stop engine shop from my address from the 14th of September and onwards. And this also means that my landlord is going to issue me a warning. And you know that my lovely neighbour Jane Larsen is going to complain routinely to the municipality and my landlord against me. Despite I'm not going to renovate scooter engines on my address no more from that date. In fact, it doesn't matter what I personally do or don't do, they're going to coerce people to make complaints and claims against me. And because of the warning which the landlord is going to claim that I have violated, in light of those foreseen coerced complaints, my landlord is going to try to have me evicted on behalf of the state arbiters, which is their ultimate objective, is to make me homeless. I foresee that this is how the state arbiters of the program, through the global and real-time communication system, are going to act out their active measures against me in these connections. While all this has been going on, the state arbiters of the program are almost entirely prohibiting people from buying my scooters, engines and parts from me. I would estimate that 90% of my potential sales are being prohibited. Since I have launched my website in late June 2020, I have had 2,176 unique visitors to my webshop, motorbutikken.dk, and I have not had one single sale from my webshop, despite having regular traffic on a daily basis. which obviously is clear evidence that the state arbiters of the program are prohibiting people on a global basis from buying my scooter, engines and parts. While sales from my webshop are entirely prohibited, I have had a few sales from DBA and Facebook. But as I say, 90% of the time, people are being outright prohibited, in flagrant violation with their rights and freedoms. It is primarily the Danish government and its intelligence agency, PET, who are violating the Danish population's freedoms and rights on a regular basis, as they are dictating what people can and cannot do illegally. So, as one can see, there is no shadow of a doubt that they are seeking to have me made homeless. They are sabotaging my business, One Stop Engine Shop, not only causing me not to have an address where I can have my business, they are also outright prohibiting me from having sales on a regular basis. All this is going on because they cannot tolerate that people all across the globe are witnessing that I'm having success in life despite all the state arbiters of the program's active measures against me, Stephen Bell. Not to mention the intense and endless propaganda efforts that are running continuously against me 24/7, 365 days a year, in the form of virtual movie fabrications, endless talk radio, or more appropriately described as non-stop PSYOP campaigns against me. I don't think there has ever been anyone before me that has been persecuted to the extent which I am being right now. I'm obviously talking soft power measures, but still the extent and level to which the most powerful and influential governments and intelligence agencies of this world are going to character assassinate me is truly phenomenal, otherworldly in fact. But hey, I'm still here and I'm still saying fuck the government and their illegal social engineering and intelligence operation, aka the program. Furthermore, I will continue to say so, despite the consequences this may bring me, because that is how I am in reality. No fabricated virtual movie fabrication or endless talk radio, perpetuated endlessly by people and comedians across the globe, will ever change the fact that the program is based upon lies, fraud and theft.